Hello, my beautiful darlings. My name is Katie of Rose Bloom Readings. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today's reading is going to be looking into your next romantic connection, what comes from that connection, a bit about the person you're connecting to, how you meet, how you connect, lots of fun little details about your next romantic connection. We have 4 piles, my darlings. As always, the timestamps are down below in the description box. The selector cards for today's piles are from the Rose Oracle. So pile number 1 is the Sacred Waters, Nourishment, Replenishment, Health, Rest, and Self-Care. Pile number 2 is Come to Me, Attracting like a Rose, Receive Abundance Desires. I feel like a lot of you are going to be drawn to that one. The Holy Grail, Stop the Endless Searching, Inner Quest. And pile number 4 is Codes of the Seeds. The Blueprint is Within You. Take the next step. Did I say pile number 3 was the Holy Grail? I don't know if I just started reading it or if I said pile number 3. Anyway, my darlings, as always, take your time, pick the pile or piles that you're drawn to. There could be different messages for you in different piles if you're drawn to more than one. Take the messages that resonate, leave behind what doesn't for those who are meant to receive it. Candles going wild. Energy is very, very, very much here, very clear, very intense. It's very exciting. Love is in the air. We will get started, my loves. Hello, 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 my darlings. Pile number 1, if you picked this beautiful card, the Sacred Waters, I have a feeling you've been doing a lot of self-work. You've been doing a lot of reconnecting with yourself, a lot of... I feel like this group has been single for quite a while, and it's not because you haven't been able to find the person. It's not because of A, B, or C reason. It's because you've wanted to be alone. I feel like you came out of a connection, or you had a experience with somebody who you were going to have a romantic connection with and it didn't turn into that, or you ended a relationship with somebody and you came out of it and you're like, listen, I'm glad to be on my own. I'm glad to be single. I'm glad to be with myself. Haven't been with myself in a while and I want to reconnect with myself. And you've been doing that and you've been enjoying it and you're happy. And I feel like you even have people around you who are like, oh, don't you miss blah, 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 blah. And you're like, well, not really, like it, would be nice. And, oh, excuse my dog scratching at the door. It would be nice, and it will be nice when it happens again, and it will happen again because I know it will. Hi, Roro. Did somebody let you in when I was working? Did somebody let you in when I was working? Because you're the Oracle puppy. You have to be here when we're doing a reading. I couldn't do it without you, baby. And it'll be nice when it happens. It'll happen again for me. But right now, I'm very happy being with myself, doing with myself. Roro, if you're here, you need to lie down, baby. Them's the rules. I don't make the rules. I'm just sharing them. Okay, go lay down, my love. All right, my darlings. So we are going to look at the Lover's Path Tarot for starters. We have the Two of Wands. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And we have 10. Fortune. What is 10 in the tarot? I don't remember. Anyway, sorry for my little bandaged finger. I feel like I've been doing a lot of filming the last few days, so I feel like the next like 3-4 weeks on the Rose Bloom Readings channel are going to be me with blue marker. Oh, we got most of it off on my hand and this bandage, and you guys are going to be like, what's happening to the finger? And no, it's literally been like 3, 4, 5 days, but she's getting better. New candle, by the way. So we have the Two of Wands and we have Fortune. Okay, yes. So this is very much a connection that comes towards you on your own terms. It comes towards you when you're ready for it, not a moment too soon, not before you're, willing to accept it or anything like that. This is very much a connection that you manifest towards you when you're ready. You're like, I'm ready now. I'm happy now to welcome a partner who is worthy of me into my life, somebody I can have fun with, somebody I can, experience exciting aspects of life with, somebody to enjoy, somebody who brings only positivity into my life. And it really does feel that way. It feels like this person really brings a lot of positivity into your life. This feels like a very, very happy, very jovial person. This person is very difficult to bring down. They do not get knocked down by life practically ever, very seldom. They are very happy, very optimistic, very pleasant people. And it's not blind optimism, it's not juvenile optimism. It's almost like innocence, and feels very divine. They have a lot of maturity, but they're very fun. There's some air sign energy we're getting. We're going to pull some zodiac cards later. This air sign energy, a little bit of earth. I don't feel a lot of water in their main planets, just for the fact that they really don't get bogged down with heavily negative emotions very quickly. Not to, not that water signs do that. Only they're wonderful, they're loving, they're caring, but these people are very emotional and willing to accept emotions and feel emotions and give emotions, but their emotions are very positive. They're just very happy people. I feel like they had a very happy home life when they were younger. They have a very close relationship with their father, close to both parents, but I feel like they have a very especially close relationship with their father. And their father is just their personality twin. They're goofy, they're sweet, they're silly. I feel like they become very much a father figure to you, for those of you that want marriage. They do walk you down the aisle or have a nice speech at the wedding pertaining to you. They do take on the father role for you, because I feel as though that is something that, one, is very important for you, but two, it feels like that's something that some of you haven't been able to experience through your own biological fathers. So very, very, very beautiful relationship. This person also feels very talented, but so do you, my darlings. And I feel like there's kind of it's different talents. It's not, like if you're a musician, I don't feel as though they're a musician, or at least, if you play guitar, they're a singer, or, otherwise they're an artist, or I'm hearing tattoo artist as well. So two artists or two creative people coming together, but from different aspects of creativity, and really appreciating each other. And they admire you, they adore you, they appreciate you. This is a very caring, very loving person. Very, very much King and Queen of Pentacles energy as well, I'm picking up on, as well as the King and Queen of Swords, which would make sense considering we got air and earth earlier. This is very exciting. Okay, so let's pull, excuse me, it's just a 12-year-old boy voice crack there. My goodness gracious. Let's pull some quantum energy oracle cards. This is lovely though. This is a very warm, very loving person. I feel like I'm hearing that this person has dated quite a bit. We have playing it safe. We have teacher, absolutely. And I want to pull one more. And we have friends and colleagues, gorgeous. Okay, we love it. I feel like you guys are furious that I stopped after saying these people have dated quite a bit. And you're like, what? And then I went on, I just veered left so hard. I broke the steering wheel off the dashboard. These people have dated quite a bit. However, they are not promiscuous. They are not players. They just have a lot of affection. And I know you guys are like, oh yeah, okay, a lot of affection. No. Like, they've dated quite a bit, but each relationship has been like 2 years, year and a half, 3 years, 4 years. And I feel like they started dating in like grade 7, or 7th grade, when they're like 12, which is interesting because we talked about 12-year-old a few moments ago. It just came out. So they've been dating for quite a bit of time. They feel very close to your age. Maybe, I feel like it's 2 or 3 years younger or older, but very much within your age range. And despite how jovial and happy and kind and optimistic they are, they do have an air of like dad or mom energy. You know what I mean? Like when you meet somebody and they just seem older than they are, they seem like they've experienced things, they seem wiser, they seem, you know, they have this kind of caring maturity about them. For those of you in search of masculines, I'm seeing very like full beards and mustaches, but not very long, like pretty trim, but quite full. I'm also seeing longer hair that goes at least to the shoulders. For masculines, and for feminines it's quite long, like it's down to the waist, down to the hips. Very full, very thick, very dark hair, very naturally wavy. They have a lot of hair on their bodies as well. They're very hairy people, very beautiful eyes, very uniquely colored eyes. I'm seeing greens, and my eyes are pulled to the green aventurine here. I'm seeing very like Caribbean water blue, like almost like a teal blue. I'm seeing gorgeous like caramel browns, like very striking, unique colors in whatever color their eyes come in. Also, whatever their complexion is, I'm seeing more fair versions of that complexion. Um, you know, on the lighter scale of whatever complexion they have. Um, Gorgeous people though, beautiful people. Very nice lips. They have like a kind of natural pouch just because they have very nice lips, which you don't get to see very often because these people are almost always smiling. Gorgeous teeth you could see from space. Very nice hands as well. I feel like they have very either very long like piano playing fingers, or they have very like thick, very sturdy, nice hands. Quite tall as well, noticeably tall. Legs for days, legs all day. Cute butt. We're getting distracted, but we're not, but we are. Adorable. Okay, so lovely people. These people feel as though they are creatives, they are artistic people, and it feels like they have like a very teaching, very nurturing role, which they fit into very well because they're so caring and they have this paternal, maternal energy. So whatever they do as their job, their passion, they're guiding others. So if they're musicians, they teach people how to play music. If they are tattoo artists, they have people apprenticing under them, etc., etc. If they're artists, they teach classes, so on and so forth. I feel like you're going to meet this person around a significant holiday that... Oh, Rowan is dreaming. Oh, I wish I could move my camera, but I'm gonna fuck up my setup. She's behind me and she's dreaming and she's wagging her tail in her dream. Like, stop. Oh my god. Okay, I'm melting. Sorry. You're gonna meet this person on a significant holiday. It feels like more specifically nationally significant, so a holiday pertaining to your country or that's celebrated in your country, or a dominant religion in your country, or for your specific like city or town, that kind of celebration, as opposed to like, you know, a more internationally recognized holiday. I'm seeing fireworks, but I'm also seeing that as this person really just drops into your life, boom. And it feels like at that point, the point that they come into your life is when, and I feel like some of you are already starting to experience this, if not are going to begin experiencing this in the next few weeks, where you're kind of, I don't want to say bored, but a little bit, I guess restless would be the better word. A little more restless with kind of being on your own. You know, this energy here at the table on her own, and she's vibing. She looks beautiful. She's in a beautiful setting. She's got some beautiful stuff on the table. But I feel like you're now, as opposed to enjoying that kind of solitude and enjoying going out on your own, you guys have loved going to restaurants, movies, on your own, museums, etc., etc. Now you're kind of noticing that empty seat across the table, and you're like, okay, I think I'm ready to acknowledge the fact that it would be nice to have somebody filling that spot. But again, you're not in a rush, and you don't want that spot filled by just anyone, and it doesn't feel as though this will be. This person fits into your life perfectly. The life that you have made, that you have worked very hard to make, that you're very much enjoying, this person only adds to. They do not take away from, they do not deprive. You've rebuilt a lot of connections, because I feel as though those of you who were in a romantic connection before, or were in a romantic connection where that person kind of tried to sever a lot of the interpersonal connections that you have created, that you've had long standing in your life, you've rebuilt those very close to the people around you. And this person would not diminish that. They only add. The people around you love this person, and vice versa. Very enjoyable. This person also has a very, very, very good social circle themselves. And it's just a beautiful, very pleasant dynamic. I feel like you really enjoy hosting, like, get-togethers. This person does too. You have fun little game nights. You have fun, dinner theme nights. It's a lot of fun. I can hear a lot of laughter. I can see a lot of smiles. And it's really great, because as happy as you are and have been, this person really adds a lot to it. This person dresses really nicely as well. I'm seeing nice clothes. I'm seeing button downs. I'm seeing tucked in shirts. I'm seeing nice dresses. Very, very put together. A lot of Venus energy, Libra, Taurus energy. Very, very, very beautiful people. They have like a classy vibe to them, like elegant, graceful, very lovely. Oh, okay, you want to come out? Oh, that seems like a lot. Top two or bottom two? Bottom two. Thank you. And I'm going to take you. No, I'm going to take you. Thank you. Okay, so for the Zodiac Oracle, we have Scorpio. Ooh, the spice. Oh, the spice. Oh, it's spicy. Okay. We have Gemini. Yes. And we have Aries. Beautiful. Okay. This is very, very, very exciting. Aries confirms for me, because Scorpio, I was going to talk about their, their passion, their sensuality. And I was like, I don't want to peg Scorpio just in that way. And the comments roll in, but like, it's what I'm picking up on. So Aries confirms, as is ruled by Mars, that these people are very, very deeply passionate. These are romantic people. These are intense people. And I feel like it's very jarring, because they're so jovial and they're so happy and go lucky and optimistic, that when you get them in that private time, the switch into how intense and sensual and gorgeous and, I want to say rough, but I feel like I'm only wanting to say rough because that's something that you're very into, which is why it came out. If you're not into that, they will not be that. They're very consensual, but a very big part of your relationship. And I feel like that also pertains to what you've been missing as well, because we can only entertain ourselves so much for so long. Am I right, my loves? So very, very, very gorgeous people, very intense eyes as well. I also feel like they have their hair up a lot. So for the masculines, who have like longer hair, they have their hair up like halfway, very like, oh, I had a pop culture reference and then I lost it. It'll come back to me. But very sexy, and they have like the hair hanging down. For the feminines, they have that, or they have their hair in like long ponytails with hair coming down. Very, very sultry, very naturally sexy people. And I'm not picking up a lot of jealousy from them. I feel like some of you perhaps struggle with a bit of jealousy, and I felt that as well when I talked about how they've dated quite a bit, and you were like, what? I don't feel as though this person responds well to jealousy. I think they take it kind more of an insult because they are so faithful. But they are loving, they are kind, they are delightful people. And, I think, yeah, I feel like that's something that you've struggled with for a long time. I feel as though it's also something that's been reciprocated for those of you in past relationships. You've had experiences with jealous people. This is not somebody you need to be jealous with. This is not somebody who will knowingly or willingly instigate jealousy within you. Very, very faithful people, very trustworthy people. So yeah, just remind yourselves of that, my darlings, and set realistic but fair boundaries if need be. But don't get yourselves worked up, because I feel like that's kind of one of the things that really gets this person in a bit of a tizzy. They get really upset by it. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to make you upset. I feel like they've had experiences with infidelity from past partners, so it's unimaginable to them that, they would behave in a way that would make you concerned for that. So be realistic, check with yourselves. I feel as though you perhaps resonate with the Scorpio and Aries, or at least the Mars energy in main planets. And these are very, 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 very wonderful people. Very good match for you, my darlings. Very faithful, very trustworthy. Swearsies. Okay. Let's pull from the Witch's Tarot, and then we'll get the Romance Angel cards. But this is a great connection. I feel as though, it's interesting because we have the Nine of Wands. Thank you. We have the Two of Swords came up again. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'm going to take from the bottom here. We have the Nine of Cups. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, yes. Gorgeous. So I do feel as though you're meeting them this year. I was just about to say it's interesting because between Aries, Gemini, and Scorpio, it really feels like a wide divide. Scorpio in the northern hemisphere is in the fall, Gemini's in the summer, Aries is in spring. Yeah, spring. So I feel like really any season, but it feels like very much the beginning of those seasons is when you'll be meeting them. So if you have holidays that you recognize in your town or country around the beginning of those holidays, could be solstices, could be, harvests, etc., etc., etc. That's what it feels like. And it does feel as though, as I said, this is very much in your hands. You've made the decision for this person to come forward. And you're ready for it. You're ready for it, my darlings. I feel like you kind of get a little bit self-conscious and you're like, am I ready for it? Am I going to slip back into behaviors that I don't want to have? Especially with the jealousy stuff coming up. It'll be good, my darlings. This is a very reassuring person. This is a very, very loving person, affectionate person, very patient person as well. I'm hearing that they don't like to repeat themselves, which is good because you take people at their words and at their honesty. But in terms of, if any kind of jealousy comes up, they're going to tell you very earnestly and honestly, nope, you're the one I want. You're the one I care about. You're the one I'm with. You're the one I'm interested in. That is it. Take that reassurance. Take what they say with full truth and honesty, because if they have to tell you the same thing again 5 minutes later just because you want to hear it, that's going to bother them because they speak so truthfully. Very, very, very good connection with their heart chakra and throat chakra. This person, I feel like they also do some kind of martial arts. I feel like they have a very advanced level of some form of martial arts. But yeah, coming very, very quickly. Very gorgeous relationship. Very, very active relationship. Very happy, very pleasant, very beautiful people. Gorgeous, gorgeous people. It's funny that we pulled these three cards, and they kind of look similar, these three energies, but they also resonate with the imagery we're talking about. How, you know, not just obviously this skin tone, but the fairer of whichever complexion they do have, and then the dark, longer hair. We love a confirmation. Okay, let's pull some romance angels and see what happens with this connection. Feels very beautiful, very exciting. I feel like this person is very happy. This is not a person who needs to get married. They are not a person who needs to kind of jump to the next stage of a relationship. They're not in a rush by any means, which really connects with their air and earth energy. Worth waiting for. Beautiful. Thank you for the confirmation. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Absolutely. And then we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so it feels like, yeah, this person does not have to rush. They do not want to rush. Whatever you are looking for, this person will bring forth, but this is not a person who feels the need to rush. They don't feel as though they have anything to prove through a romantic relationship. And I feel as though that comes with the experience they've had in the past of dating. Really kind of figuring out what means more, what means less to them specifically. And very good listeners, very, 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 very open-minded people. I do feel as though they are very different from, for those of you who have had romantic relationships, from people you've been with before, or if you haven't had a romantic relationship, very different from who you thought you would end up with. In a very good way, though. Very good way. I do see a masculine spirit guide at the forefront of you, really kind of leading you forward to this person coming within the next year. I feel, as things stand as they are now, my darlings. I also feel as though you're going to meet this person either when you get a new job, just when you're about, or just about when you just when you're about to get a new job, or when you've just gotten a new job, or when you've just gotten a promotion or are just about to get a promotion. And it improves your finances in a significant way. So don't go quitting your job tomorrow and finding a job the next day and then being like, where are they? It very, very, very much divine timing at work, my darlings, as is the usual saying with these things. Is there anything else that give me a shiver? And they tell me no. This is very exciting, my darlings. Very, very, very exciting. As for what this relationship turns into, this is a very serious relationship. This is a very long-standing relationship. But where it leads to is really in the hands of you and this person. If you want to get married, I feel as though you're going to meet a person who wants that as well. If you just want, you know, something for now, I feel like you're very much, the majority of you are very much in the phase of, let's see where it goes. And that's why that's kind of an open-ended answer in the reading, because you know me, my darlings, I like to be as specific as I absolutely can be. So it feels very up in the air, but it feels very serious. This will be a relationship that does last no less than 3 years. And it's beautiful. This is a very, very, very good energy. A lot of positivity coming into your life through them, my darlings. All good things. Group number 1, my beloveds, I am so happy for you, so excited for you. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please let me know by leaving a comment. Love hearing from you, love talking to you. What's the next thing that I usually say? The next thing that I usually say is, if the reading resonated and my energy resonated, please subscribe. All of my links for social media, despite how I only use Instagram, and at that, barely. And more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you all. Bye. Hello, 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 my beloved group number 2. If you picked this very gorgeous, very spicy card, come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance, desires. This is your reading on what is going to be your next romantic connection and what comes from that connection. Got a lot of details in group number 1. I foresee that happening for most of these readings, if not all. I like the energy of this group. The energy of this group feels a little bit impatient. It's like, I've been waiting long enough. You feel that something is on the horizon and you're ready to welcome it in. You're like, bring it, bring it in. Come on, let's go, let's go. For the tarot, what are you called? The Lover's Path Tarot, we have the Princess of Arrows, the Page of Swords, and we have 7, Desire. Is Desire the Lovers? Is 7 the Lovers? I think it's the Lovers. I don't know. This card is beautiful. This card is gorgeous. This is such a romantic group. Very much feels that way. The Page of Arrows, Page of Swords, Princess of Arrows really connects with the impatience that I'm feeling. It's like, okay, let's go. You want somebody. You've done the change. You've done the work. I feel as though you've had a rather significant for you. So that could mean whatever that means. That can be 2 years. That can be 6 months. That can be a month. Single, but for you specifically, my darlings, it's been significant because as you stand, it's been a significant chunk of time. And something is very close. This feels very intense, very, very, very extremely loving. I'm getting a lot of physical affection. Very beautiful, warm, comfy, loving. I'm seeing a lot of kissing. I'm seeing a lot of caressing. I'm seeing just a lot of affection in a lot of ways, a lot of very nice light pink energy. I'm seeing a lot of white energy. I'm seeing a lot of heart chakra energy. We have conflict, and sorry, that was just funny to come out when I'm talking about like, oh, love and pink and light and airy, and bam, conflict. We'll get into it, my darlings, don't you worry. We have status quo, and we have courage as well. Beautiful. Okay, yes, heart chakra stuff. Yes, 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 my darlings. Yes, yes, yes. So it feels as though you spend a lot of time convincing yourselves of the truth. You're ready for a relationship. You want a relationship. You miss being in a relationship. You feel the relationship on the horizon. But I feel as though you spend a lot of time convincing yourselves of those facts over and over and over again, that you're ready, that you want it, that it'll be good, that it's coming towards you. Because it feels like you get yourself dejected quite easily, and you get yourselves in your head, and you get yourselves kind of worked up and like, no, this isn't going to happen. And then you have to reverse talk that, which is good that you do that. It's good that you reverse that. But it feels it's a lot of back and forth in the heads, my darling. It's a lot of getting stuck in your head. And I'm hearing Headspace by Lewis Capaldi, if you want to give that song a listen, or at the very least look up the lyrics. Love me some Capaldi, I do. But that song's playing in the back of my head. And not even like a specific aspect of the song, not even like a specific line, just like I can hear someone humming the harmony for it in my head. So I feel like, yeah, give the song a listen, read through the lyrics, and get out of your heads, my darlings. Get out of your heads. Welcome this. It feels like you're so, 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 so close to this. It feels like really you're just, there is not a pathway you could take, or a turn you could take, or some hill you could roll down that would lead you astray from where you are going. It feels like this is so meant to be. This has very divine energy vibes. I feel like we're going to get a soulmate card somewhere in this reading. At the very least, this has soulmate energy. And yeah, you don't have to war with yourselves, my darlings. You don't have to do anything. You're not, I feel like you're like, am I not doing enough rituals? Am I not, seeking out these readings? You've been watching a lot of these readings to get confirmation, to get advice. I feel like it's mostly about the confirmation for you, which is, you already know this is happening, my darlings. Further confirmation, you know this is happening. There's only so many ways, so many different readers can tell you, yes, this is happening. Believe it within yourselves, my darlings, and stop, running yourselves in circles in your mind. I do feel as though you meet this person, feels like you meet them on a holiday, meet them on a vacation, meet them away from where you are. The vacation could be for work. The vacation could, I'm hearing wedding. Someone could be getting married away for, hopefully it's not you when you meet this new person you fall in love with. I'm just joking. It's for somebody else. Or a anniversary celebration. You travel somewhere and meet this person there. And the funny thing is that it's very simpatico, because it feels like this person is where you're from as well on holiday, but they are farther from you. Like I'm hearing like a good cross country, at least 4 to 6 hour type deal, a little bit away. I feel like you're either traveling somewhere with a lot of history. So I'm picking up on Rome, I'm picking up on Ireland, I'm picking up on England, picking up on Greece, picking up on Turkey, picking up on Lebanon, I'm hearing as well, picking up on France, picking up on Canada, Quebec specifically I'm picking up on. Or you're traveling somewhere with that the water is like the main thing about it. So Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, the Maldives, Tanzania, Canada again, but like Eastern Canada, California, Rhode Island, Norway, Finland, Iceland. Yeah. Just naming places now. Got really good grades in geography, if you couldn't tell. Just joking. No, I didn't. Fire for the Zodiac. We have Gemini, beautiful, beautiful, which came up in the first reading as well. And we have air. Okay, yes, this is very nice. What is happening to my voice? I'm like losing my voice all of a sudden. I know what's happening. Thank goodness I'm a psychic. Throat chakra stuff, my darlings. Throat chakra stuff. Which is funny that we got a song coming up and it was humming. And her as well. You can see like energy in the throat chakra. I feel like that's going to help you acknowledge truthfulness with yourselves, my darlings. Singing, talking, even as like you're, if you like, I feel like a lot of you like journaling, even like talking it out loud as you're writing it out if you can, or at the very least like talking through your confirmations. You very big on manifesting, very big on welcoming this person. So talking through, reminding yourself of the truths out loud. A lot of healing coming from your throat chakra through that, my darlings, as well as tea, drinking warm things, putting warm things down your throat. Okay, so okay, this person is very passionate, but I'm getting a lot of swords vibes from them, air vibes. I want to say standoffish, but that doesn't seem right. It feels like at first you're not going to think they have an interest in you, but they do make it known, and you're very attracted to them. This person is very pronounced in stature. They, very magnetized energy. For fire, they must have Leo, probably a Leo rising, because I'm just seeing all eyes going to them in a room. I feel as though they're quite tall, they're quite muscular, they're quite thick. They have a very significant appearance, a pull, a very charismatic pull, and they have very, like, I see this as their expression. I can see them kind of standing against a wall. They might even be, if it's a wedding that you're going to, they might even be guests of like the other person that you're not so connected to's family or friends or something like that, because I can see them kind of standing against a wall, and not at all in like a frightened way or a timid way, but they are away from like I can see like a party and there's lights and there's dancing and laughing and food and people are having fun, and they're kind of against a wall. They're watching, very 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 much a watchful energy. And so you have kind of, seen them to and fro throughout the evening, and they haven't really said anything. You've met their eyes a couple times, but they're also very good with their peripherals, and they've seen how much you're watching them without looking directly at you. Um, and you're like, okay, I guess this is it. I guess this isn't the person. And then later that night, I feel as though they come up to you, and then it's just like a total switch. Like, they're so easy to talk to, excellent communicators. They're funny. I feel like they're almost a little bit like lightly self-deprecating. They're like, oh, sorry, did I put you off too much and that's why you haven't walked by me in the last 2 hours? And you're like, excuse me. I feel like they also might be a twin, which, yeah, maybe even their twin is the one who your friend or family member is marrying. I don't know. A lot of different stuff coming through, my darlings. Or their sibling that looks like very, very much like their sibling. Might as well be twins. I can hear someone saying. But very, very light, very fun people. I do feel as though for those of you that are looking to get something happens that same evening. I feel like you even wake up in their hotel room, and that's like your real first date is the day after you wake up in their hotel room. And for those of you that drink, both of you are quite hungover, but in a very pleasant way, and not in like a gross blackout way where like you didn't remember what happened. Like you're feeling light, but I feel like the night goes on so long that you're not even intoxicated by the time you connect. But yeah, you do wake up in their hotel room, either because you've done the do, or because you've fallen asleep because you were up so late talking with this person. There is a lot of talking, a lot of communication. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, why am I pulling the Zodiac cards again? Why is that happening? Okay, nothing is coincidence. We have Venus, we have Mercury on top of Gemini, please, and we have Aquarius. Yes! Nothing is coincidence, my darlings. Nothing happens by accident. Okay. So yeah, that would explain the kind of standoffish energy, but also the really just noticeable, Aquarius I always find are either very tall or just have like an air of just, you can't help but notice an Aquarius. 11s and 1s as well, you're going to start seeing as confirmations, my darlings, or have already been seeing, and this is further confirmation of those confirmations. And Venus energy correlates to, these people are very attractive, very, very attractive. I just started yawning, I don't know why. A lot of energy coming through. That, you know what that is? That's because you're up so late with them the first night. So Gemini, Aquarius, absolutely good communicators. These people have a very, very interesting, very cool perspective on the world. Does feel like, especially because I'm seeing distance, not like huge distance. If they are from a different country as you, that country is neighboring on your country and you can get to them in a couple hours. But I feel as though the majority of you, they are in the same country and still a few hours away. So I feel like the beginning of the relationship is mostly through electronics. It's chats, texts, video chats, so on and so forth. And then I think after that point, the decision is made of like, okay, this is something serious. This is something that, we really want. So who's moving where? And I do feel as though this is a relationship that is very serious, very long-standing. For those of you that want marriage, this leads to marriage. I feel as though marriage is quite important to this person, but I feel as though they're very patient with it. Very, 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 very beautiful people. Just beautiful people. Very fit, very physically fit, very muscular, very tightly toned muscles. They could be models. They could be in sports. like teach sports. I'm seeing swimmers as well. They could be like professional competitive swimmers. Yeah, very fit bodies, but like a more slender, very, very, very lovely, lovely shapes to them. I'm also seeing quite narrow waists. You really like their shoulders. You like their shoulders and their stomachs and their jawline. They love kissing. Love kissing you as much as you love kissing them. Everything happens very naturally with this person. I feel as though you're not people who really kind of seek out people to have, you know, very quick physical relationships with. This happens very naturally. Very attracted to this person. This person's great with their hands and they have very strong arms. Take that as you will. Very noticeable, something with their hands is noticeable as well. They could have their nails done, or they could have rings, or they could have bracelets. Something with their hands is very noticeable. Also, they are incredibly talented with their genitalia. Just so we're all aware of that. Okay, let's pull the Witch's Tarot. This person's also very, very, very spiritual, very into spirituality. I feel like one of the things you first exchange when you're talking with them away from the crowds and everything is like spiritual experiences and like, you know, ghost stories from younger years. Very open-minded, very, very spiritually in tune, which is something that you're not really used to in romantic connections. Also an aspect of your life that you're more timid about sharing, less open. This person's very, very interested in spirituality. We have the Chariot. We got 7 earlier, didn't we? But it was, what are you? It was Desire. Okay. I took it as the Lovers, which is funny because I think the Lovers is the Gemini card, and so it's 6, isn't it? Anyway, we have the Emperor and we have the Magician. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes, this is happening very quickly. 6 months. I feel as though you'll be together within 6 months. 2 to 6 months. I'm also hearing 6 weeks for some of you. Yeah, I feel like this is something that grows so big and so beautiful. I feel as though this person matches your values a lot. I feel as though you are the types of people, you want it all. You want the marriage, you want the house, you want the family, you want the pets. This person wants a family as well. And if you don't want children, if you don't want a family, I don't feel as though this group is fully for you, my darlings, because I feel as though family is so important to this person. Again, they're very patient. They can wait a long time. So it's not a matter of like they want kids yesterday. They have no problem with waiting. They're more preoccupied with making sure that they're with the right partner. They have a good dynamic with that partner. They would only have children in that circumstance. It's fine if they have to wait to build that relationship. Nothing is in a rush. It's not a matter of, you know, this isn't you know, for those of you that can get pregnant, this isn't a matter of coming back with a secret surprise. But they do very much want kids. They will have children. So you will have children with them. I'm seeing 2 or 3. I feel like someone in the relationship wants 4, but the other person's like 3. 3 is good. 3 is good. One wants 2, one wants 4, so compromise with 3. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is really, really, really manifesting really quickly. This is very stable. This is very strong. This is a very, very mature, very, very great partner. They are caring, they are doting, they are excellent providers, absolutely great providers, but they are also present, they are stable, they care very, very, very deeply. They have leader energy. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. They love giving flowers also. I feel like that's a huge thing for them. They love gifting flowers. as much as is necessary, and they're up on all the, meanings of colors and different types of flowers and the correlating flowers to different dates and so on and so forth. Love giving flowers. Yeah, this is a person who you feel extremely safe with as well. Very protective person, very strong person, a person who does not back down, who does not cower in fear at all. This is a very, very good, strong, solid person. A person who's big on justice as well. They will always do the right thing because they value very much what is right. Yeah, they could even be something to do with the justice system. They could be lawyers. They could be a police officer. They could be maybe they work in a courthouse. I'm not hearing judge, but some of them could become a judge when they're older. Yeah, becoming very quickly. Oh my god, my glasses. Towards you, my darlings. Very exciting stuff. Okay, let's pull the romance angels. This is very exciting. They also feel very connected to a past life in two past lives in like medieval, what is now England, and then before that in Greece, ancient Greece. And I feel like that's coming out, one, because I feel like they have a lot of dreams about it, but two, I can see you connecting to that ancient Grecian life as well. And I feel as though you had a connection to them as well in this medieval life they had, but very much especially in the ancient Grecian life. So for the romance angels, we have playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. We have reconciliation, yes. Someone from your past is returning to your life, the confirmation. And we have children, your love life is being affected by children. Gorgeous confirmation, yes. So thank you, Spirit. Beautiful, 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 beautiful stuff. So definitely past lives coming together, the recognition there. This is so intense and familiar, which really connects to with your comfort level with them, your familiarity with them. And I feel especially when you that is, I feel like you get like transported by, you can like, there's certain like smells, you can smell like certain flowers, you can smell like, sea air, you can smell like hot sand, like very specific, very distinct smells. You can hear things, you get transported back to memories of this lifetime you had with them through that. Very beautiful stuff. Children, this definitely has children, this connection, absolutely. And the dogs as well. One, this is a very faithful, very loyal person, but two, you do have the kids and the dogs. And that's so sweet. This is so sweet. This is so domestic. This is so warm. This becomes something beautiful, beautiful. I feel as though most of you are going to have children before you're married to this person. Could be engaged. You do end up getting married. I do see that very much, but some of you could have children before you're married with them. But again, it's just, they're not in a rush. They're never in a rush. And enjoy it, my darlings. Don't take it so seriously. It is serious. It is real. It is long-standing. It is wonderful. Don't take it so seriously, my darlings. Enjoy it. It is fun. This is a very, very pleasant person. This is a person who's fun to talk to, fun to grow with, a person who you're going to have great experiences with. You don't need to rush. It doesn't need to be, nothing needs to hit a certain timeline or a certain threshold or a certain checkpoint mark. It's beautiful. It's great. It's going to be wonderful, my darlings. I feel like, in just another message coming through for the medieval life, I feel like you were a main guide to them in that life, and that's where that connection comes from. And I feel as though that really resonates as well, even in this life. This is a person who is very thoughtful, who is a lot of wisdom, so much wisdom within this person, but I do feel as though it's reciprocated through you. You two really, bounce life's experiences and thoughts off of each other and support each other and guide each other. It's a beautiful connection. I'm very, 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 very much in love with this. So happy for you. Is there anything else, my darlings? They gave me a shiver and they tell me no. Very exciting. Very, very exciting, my darlings. I wish you all good things. This is so wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a comment. Let me know. I would love to talk to you. Love to hear from you. If my energy resonated, the reading resonated, please subscribe. All of my links for social media and information on private readings are down in the description box below. Again, thank you for being here with me. I love you all. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. Pile number 3, if you picked the Holy Grail. Stop the endless searching, inner quest. I feel as though you are communicating very, very, very strongly with your spirit guides. This is your reading on what is coming towards you. What's your next romantic connection? What it leads to, etc., etc., etc. So much detail coming through. Very beautiful. You are very, very, very well protected, my darlings. You are surrounded by divine protection and divine love. I can feel it. It feels like a hug. It feels like nothing can touch you because you are so surrounded by just this protective love. It's very wonderful. For the Lover's Path Tarot, my darlings, we have number 8, Strength. And we have the 7 of Cups, and we have my nose being itchy. Further confirmation that Spirit is so very present with you, my darlings, because I just had I'm seeing like so many energies just rushing into my space, whereas usually there's, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 coming in and, giving little messages and stuff aside from my own. This is like, we're in the dozens here. This is very beautiful. This is very sweet, okay? Because it feels like you guys want, as opposed to a specific person or a specific goal, instead of just wanting to get married or have children or have somebody knock your rocks off, you want a connection. And I can see the energy of the connection that you want. You want somebody who makes you feel safe and who makes you feel held and loved and warm and good and light and just loved, purely, 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 purely loved. And I feel as though you're asking Spirit a lot how to go about it to welcome that person. Because you don't want just anyone, my darlings. You want the person. For a lot of you, this could be your first relationship. For the rest of you, this could be, I feel as though you've had 1, maybe 2 other relationships, and you want this one to be the real permanent one. All right, my loves, let's pull from the Quantum Energy Oracle. It feels like something very, 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 very warm and cozy is on the horizon. I'm getting scalp prickles at the back of my head, which feels like, rather than Spirit, it feels like your head is on someone's chest, this person's chest, and they're kind of like massaging or lightly scratching the back of your head in a very comforting way. We have Dark Thoughts, we have the Sacred Temple, and we have Ascended Masters. Okay, so Ascended Masters coming up along with the 7 of Cups really feels like you are not just leaving this in the hands of Spirit, but you're very much asking, you're like, how do I go about this? Can you please make sure this person is good? Can you make sure they're this, this, and this? You aren't concerned with what they look like, where they're from. You just want a fulfilling connection. I feel as though you had parents or grandparents or relatives who were very close to you, who you watched when you were younger and had the most adorably loving relationship. And some of them are no longer in the spiritual world. Some of them you've watched throughout their lives as they've gotten older. Perhaps one of them is no longer in the spirit world. And that love and that pure affection has lasted as long as you've known them. And it's gorgeous, it's cute, it's, you know, coming in while one person is cooking and putting your arms around them from behind. It's always kissing hello and goodbye before leaving, or for work, or before leaving home, or before or after coming home. And so warm and so sweet and so cozy, and your whole life you've been like, I want that, that's what I want. And you're like, how do I come about it? And you are in a very, very, very good space of self, my darlings. I feel as though you've really, especially recently, could be along with the new year. This is a timeless reading, so whatever new year is most recent, made a resolution to connect with your spirituality, but also reconnect with yourself. I'm seeing yoga, I'm seeing Pilates, I'm seeing meditation, I'm seeing massages, a lot of reconnection with yourself, and really replenishing your home space. And now you've replenished your home space, you've brought in good energy. There's so much good energy in your living space, that now you're ready to bring something else in, but you're like, I don't know. You're afraid of messing up all of the work that you've done, but you're also afraid of messing up the work that you've done within yourself. You're like, what if I, you know, end up with somebody and it's just terrible? What if they're a bad person? Blah, 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 blah. This person does not feel like that, my darlings. This person has this like warm, hazy pastel energy. It's absolutely gorgeous. Blah, 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 blah. Let's pull some Zodiac Oracle, get a bit more about this person. I'm seeing a flight as well. You could meet this person on an airplane. I'm also seeing a museum, so you could be touring somewhere, traveling somewhere, and meeting this person. But it doesn't feel very far from home. It feel, because you feel like homebodies. There's very strong earth sign energy somewhere in there, my darlings. You love being at home, or water as well, Cancer especially. Love being at home, love being cozy, and so this person feels very close to home. Or if you have relatives, or perhaps yourself are from a different country or different place from where you live now, this person could be from that place as well. They are related to your home very much a comfort and confirmation that they just kind of meld in and will meld in with your home, which is very sacred to you, my darlings, the sacred temple. So worry not, my loves, and don't worry about, you're not manifesting something accidentally that's any different than what you truly want. What you want is so strong and so intense that that's all you could pull towards you. So we have Neptune and Earth. Yep, absolutely. On top of the sacred temple. And we have Cancer. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Thank you for the confirmation, my darlings. Yep, beautiful. Very, very loving, very romantic. This person has such a gorgeous, soft appearance. They're so lovely. They're so, regardless of feminine or masculine energy, they are so in tune with their feminine energy. They are soft people. They have a very nice shape to them, very, you know, very curvy, or very, very solid, but soft. Like, no, solid's not the right word. Very like thick but soft people. Larger chest, very large chest, very pronounced chest, which with Cancer, that's usually something that happens, you know. The mother. And very nicely shaped, bigger behinds, nice big thighs, very beautiful. I'm seeing them as seeming shorter than they actually are, and I think that's because they're somewhat wider, they're thicker shaped, very gorgeous, gorgeously thick, curvy people. Very soft skin, beautifully soft skin. They have, for the feminines especially, I'm seeing the like paintings that they used to do in like the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, that type of woman with the more, you know, bit more thickness to them than we tend to see in popular media today. Very gentle people. These people feel, as much as you're connected to your home, these people feel connected to their home as well. And there's an element of outdoors, so they could live in a cottage, they could live near water, they could live like really off the beaten path, deep in the country or near the woods. Very connected to the outdoors, love being in water, which I feel like you do as well. Hi, Rowan. You have to be quiet, sweetie. I'm doing a reading. Okay, go lie down, baby. Yeah, very connected to the outdoors, very connected to animals. But I don't feel as though they have any animals. But I feel like they have animals that regularly visit them, but that live outside, that they feed or, you know, make sure they're okay, take care of. Confirmation, weird noise coming from behind. Confirmation of spirit. Thank you. Spirit likes to give me confirmations when I'm getting very, very, very weirdly specific messages in a general reading, just so I don't think like, what am I talking about? These people do a lot of, I don't know if they're making their homes or they have to maintain their house a lot. They could be renovating a house, they could be building a house, or where they live at least, because they're working on it a lot, putting a lot of their own effort and labor and time into where they live. And it's very sweet, very beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm only using one hand. My other hand is scratching Rowan's head. So, you know, multitasking. Yeah, I feel like specifically as well, you could meet them on, for those of you who are meeting them on a flight, I feel like it's an overnight flight. Oh, another weird noise. And it feels, because it's like whispering. You're talking to each other and whispering, and it feels like, you know, the other people on the flight are asleep around you, and, you know, only you and them are awake, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I never sleep on flights. And they're like, oh yeah, I hardly sleep ever, even at home, but especially on flights. And then you get to talking that way, but it's cute because it's very whispered. Very, very, very sweet. Did we pull? Okay, we're gonna pull the Witch's Tarot, and then we'll pull the Romance Angels. I'm sorry if there's dog hair flying everywhere. I was petting Rowan for a very long time. All right, you want to come out. So we have the Hanged Man. Thank you, Rowan, for lying down. With the King of Swords. Yes. Gorgeous. That's very much the vibe I see this person in. They're happy, they're comfortable, but they're surrounded by nature, really living amongst the trees. And we have the Shadow Side. Shadow Side, which is 15 is the devil, I believe. Perhaps, maybe. You know, I read off intuition and imagery, my darlings. I've been doing this a long time and I still don't have the tarot memorized. Oops. This person feels like very much different from your usual type, but this is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful connection. This person is very academically inclined. They could be a teacher, a professor. Rowan, you need to be quiet. Teacher, professor, they could work in a library, they could work in a bookstore. But it's like their thoughts and feelings. They could be journalists that they're writing about. They could work in publishing, they could be editors, they could be writers, something to do with literature, academia, and yeah, they're very, 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 very self-sufficient people. They're good providers, they're very caring. I feel as though they've been single for quite a while, and they've really been focusing on like their work life, their professional life. I feel like one of the animals that comes to them every day is like a crow or a raven, something like that, and leaves them little trinkets because they like to feed it. someone has really bad night terrors. I feel like for the majority of you, it's you guys. You have really bad night terrors. You have a very hard time, which is interesting because we got the message earlier about not sleeping from them as well. So you both could have night terrors, or experience like very vivid nightmares, and then I feel as though those really subside when you're sleeping with them. There's a lot of very healing energy coming from you both for each other specifically. I can hear them telling you and you telling them, like, I haven't had as good a sleep as I have here, and I feel as though one person ends up at the other person's house quite often, and then that just naturally slips into somebody moving in. I feel as though it, for a lot of you, it's you moving in with them, especially if they're working on their home, renovating their home, building their home, and then that becomes a project that you get to do together to make a unified home. Very, very sweet, very beautiful. And they are exactly as you want them to be, my darlings. They are loving. They're a person who really conveys their affections through actions, through touch, through time, as opposed to words. They do feel like quieter people. They are people who spend a lot of time thinking before they speak. They speak very truthfully, very thoughtfully. Quieter people, but a very, very fulfilling, very peaceful quiet. Um, and it's very sweet, very beautiful. They love to hold you, they love to hug you. They're very nice to sit with or sit on. Very, very secure, very stable people, very strong people. These people they're very responsible as well. They could be the oldest sibling, or they could be, the head of their household when they were younger. Perhaps a parent had passed away and they ended up, taking over for that other parent and kind of leading the household in that way alongside the other parent. They have a lot of responsibility. They take things very seriously, very caring, very loving, love to cook, not very good at, but I feel like you're very good at cooking, so you can kind of teach them some tips, and they love to do it, so that's cute. A lot of time spent in the kitchen. I also feel like they show you a lot of new, like, media, new movies. They're very in tune to something that you have like a decent interest in, be that movies or shows or video games. Um, and yeah, they kind of expand that knowledge. For the Romance Angels, we have Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Very, very, very funny confirmation that this person really lives off the beaten path. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life, and honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Gorgeous. Okay, so yes, you could meet them, which would make sense for those of you I see meeting on a flight or a museum, something along those lines. Meeting them on a holiday, on a vacation, or at the very least you're off work or they're off work. Codependency is jumping out at me just because it feels like you're so drawn to this person. This connection is so intense. It is so much of what you have wanted for so long. This is a warm, affectionate, loving person, that it's very easy to be around each other all the time. It's important for you both of you, despite how much you love being with each other, it's important to have those breaks, especially if you're living with each other, out in the trees, in the forest, in the cabin. It's important to maintain your own interests, your own hobbies, and to take that time apart from each other to come back in a place of warmth and loving affection and all beautiful things. And it feels like it's harder for you to let them go, do what they have to do, because you're so enamored, you're so in love with them. These people are so wonderful. They make you feel so good, so warm. A lot of physical intimacy between you both. I'm morning, noon, and night. A lot. Very intense. Very, 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 very passionate. Like something you would see in like a very deeply romantic movie. Very passionate. A lot of kissing. A lot of speaking and whispering. Feelings that linger for a long time afterwards, and so you don't want to let them go, and they're like, well, no, I have to, I see some of them owning bookstores, at the very least managing like used bookstores, living around a small town as well. And to let them go do, my darlings, and for you to maintain the interests that allow you both to be separate. And I see, yeah, we're getting a lot of confirmation for marriage. So, yeah. Which is funny because I think this is the second or the third that marriage has been a big thing. But this is very, very much long-standing. I also, there's some sort of history with where you go to visit for your honeymoon, history connected to them. So either they've had to move away from where they're originally from, or perhaps you both have. But there's a reconnecting with history of self for your honeymoon, which is very beautiful, very full circle kind of moment. This person, yeah, feels very classically beautiful. I'm seeing a lot of fairer hair, so blonde or golden or auburn or very light, like chestnut brown, or bright, light fiery red. Feels as though they're about half a head taller or shorter than you, but again, you perceive them as being shorter than they are. Everyone does, not just you. Because of their build, very solid, very strong people. A bit older than you, not significantly, but a little bit older than you. I'm seeing 5 to 8 years. Is there anything else? There's one more thing. What is the one more thing? The fall. I feel as though you meet them in the fall. So this is a timeless reading. It feels like the next fall, whichever fall is closest. If it's like a week away from fall, yeah, if it's a week away from fall, could be the next fall, but, or if you're in fall now, could be the next fall, but for most of you, it feels like the next fall, because it feels like fall's still quite a bit of ways away. Fall for the Northern Hemisphere, so that would be September to late September to late November, that kind of time. Anything else? They give me a shiver and they tell me no. Oh, that's very exciting. Very cool to meet somebody on a flight. Like, how romantic. Oh, group number 3, my sweet darlings. I'm so happy for you. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. If you did, please let me know by leaving a comment. Love to hear from you. Love to talk for you and to you. Love to talk to you. If you enjoyed the reading and my energy resonated with you and the reading resonated with you, please subscribe. All of my links for social media and what else? Information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you for being here with me. I love you all. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. Last but definitely, absolutely, certainly not least, group number 4. If you picked the codes of the seeds, excuse me, the blueprint is within you. Take the next steps. You guys want a family. You want some babies. Quite quickly. We're getting a lot of children in this reading, but also you are, this is a very, 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 very big last 3 months and next 12 months for you. You've started a new project, a new endeavor. You could be working at a totally new job with a lot more responsibility. Some of you could even have started your own company or small business. A very, very, very big emphasis on what you're working at and what you're doing. We have the Ace of Wands and we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, beautiful. Okay, 5 of Cups in a romantic reading is always wonderful, because it is confirmation that what is coming towards you is so much better than what you had last, what you had before. It's warm, it's safe, it's comforting, it's better, it's healing, it's all good things, my darlings. And this one really catches you by surprise, which is interesting because the last few have felt very much like it's like, okay, in a space of waiting, whereas you're so busy, my darlings, will continue to be so busy. that you don't really have time to stop and take a breath, let alone think and wonder about your dating life. I feel like it's something a lot of people comment on as well. Um, oh, why don't you have a partner? Don't you miss having a partner? When are you going to get out there and date? When are you going to have time to date? And you're like, I'm busy, I'm happy, I'm content. Really making a name for yourself. For the, what do you call it, quantum energy oracle, we have professional assistance, gorgeous confirmation, we have milestone, and we have hidden motivations. Kids coming up everywhere in this reading. You guys are really, but it feels like it's something that I feel like you've focused on a lot before. You had your whole 10-year plan figured out. You want kids, you want this, you want that, the house, the blah, 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 the dog, the everything else. And then with this, it's kind of fallen to the wayside. I feel as though some of you perhaps were even with somebody previously who you thought was going to fit that 10-year plan, and that didn't work out. Wasn't what was meant for you, my darlings. Wasn't the right person. Wasn't what you were deserving and worthy of. Better things coming, my loves. You meet this person totally by surprise through something related to your work. So for those of you starting a business or working for a small business, I feel like you meet this person in a very, very, very unconventional means. So they could be, the manager of a supplier that you communicate with, or they could be, the person you deal with your supplier. They could be, the manager of the packaging company that you partner with, something to do with that. For those of you who are getting a promotion or a new job, this person feels like they are in not a direct position in correlation to you, but a very unconventional kind of connection. So they could, manage the renovation company that comes in and fixes up, where you work or something like that. They have a very high up position. They're very well dressed. They're very, very, very much put together. But they don't have an air of arrogance to them whatsoever. I have to sneeze, so confirmation that the messages are coming through. Confirmation also that this person's very, 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 very close. Very, very close. 6 to 7 weeks or 1 month, or some of you, not a lot of you, 6 to 7 months. Doesn't feel like that's the case for most of you. It feels a lot sooner than that. But yeah, so higher up position, but they communicate with you in some way. Very charming people, gorgeous smiles, beautiful laughs, almost intimidating in the position that they hold, because they have this, kind of leadership position that the people who work under them are a little bit intimidated by them, which they really don't like. I feel like they confide that in you. At some point when you're dating, that they don't like how they intimidate the people who work under them, but it's just because of the position that they hold. It does feel like the position that they hold is something, the company that they work for, business that they work for, has a family correlation, because it feels like they take on a lot of responsibility that, they didn't really ask for, but they do it to honor their family member who ran this family, who ran this business. And yeah, very, 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 very warm, heart-centered people. They have a very close relationship with their mother. Their mother is very loving, very affectionate, and that in turn has allowed them to be very, very gentle, very affectionate, very loving. I feel like they never have time to cook for themselves, so they order a lot of takeout. They have a very, very, very nice house. I feel as though quite early on in your connection, because they're not people who get a lot of time off, which you can relate to, especially in the beginnings of the relationship, my darlings. So the time that they do get off, they want to use well. And so I feel like they surprise you by inviting you. I feel like they're from Ireland, they're from England, they're from Israel, they're from oh, I had it and it just left me. France, did I say Italy, Greece? South Africa, Scotland, Sweden, Germany, Norway, Turkey, places with these kinds of buildings, you know, these kinds of very old, like country, almost castles. But those are like the country homes. This person has a very wealthy family. And so it feels like one of the early dates you have, they invite you for this holiday. Can you get time off? I'd really like to spend this time with you, because you really have to kind of mishmash each other's schedules in the beginning. You're both very busy people. And take you back to their family home, which is kind of intimidating because you're meeting their family. It feels like some sort of significant holiday, or like at least personally for their family. So there's an anniversary, there's a wedding, someone's having a baby, family gets together, and you are invited to this. But the nice thing is, it's such a warm family environment, intimidating as fuck, because, you know, it's a coalition of these wealthy, almost aristocratic people, and they have quite a big family. I also feel like they have a lot of sisters. I feel like they only have sisters, actually. But the family's very warm, very welcoming, very nice, and you fit in very nicely into this family, which is very lovely. So for the Zodiac, we have Taurus. Yes, the Taurus vibes. Go after the money. We have Libra, beautiful Venus energy. And we have Capricorn, gorgeous. So, yeah. Yep. Honestly, this could be their big three. Yeah, they love working, love making money, because they want to feel secure. They want to feel able to provide. Their priorities match yours in terms of wishes for family and family life. There's something about a child with them. They could be a single parent already. If they are, the child is very young. Like, I'm not seeing older than 2. Very young. Or they could have had an experience with a partner who they were going to have a child with, and perhaps if the partner was pregnant, the partner didn't want the child, or if they were pregnant, they lost the child. There's something to do with a child existing to them previously, which really confirmed to them, okay, this is something that I know I want. Despite it being a bit of a sensitive topic at first, they do heal through it, and they do very much want it. Very warm people, fantastic with kids. I feel as though they have some nieces and nephews, young cousins, that especially when you go on this vacation with them, you get to see them in action with these kids. Very sweet, very loving, very beautiful. They have a very serious face for somebody who is they are serious people. They do take things a bit too seriously, and that's funny because you have light, airy energy that really helps them not lighten up, because they're happy people, but they are a bit serious. Very surprisingly open-minded people, though. Very curious people. They want to understand a lot. You're very connected to spirituality. Even what you do for your business, for those of you starting a business, could be related to spirituality. You could be selling crystals or spiritual new age wares. You could be doing readings professionally, using divination professionally. And it's a funny connection because this person's so business and so, responsible, and always has to have been that way. And you're very much a free spirit, and that's really welcoming to them. Very good for them to have. Yeah, very gorgeous people as well. Very attractive people. Noticeably, they have very nice eyelashes. I'm seeing very nice eyelashes. They have rather round eyes, really bright, like clear, watery eyes. I want to say like a doll, but like not that creepy, if that makes sense. Something to do with their head or their hair is very noticeable, which is interesting considering their professionalism. But either they have dyed hair, they have very, very, very long, very thick hair, very noticeable hair, or they wear their hair up in a way that's very noticeable. Something with their head and their hair is very noticeable. Rowan, you have to be quiet. Thank you. Someone just came into my house, so she's devastated that she can't go say hello immediately. Thank you, Ro. Love and appreciate you. They have a very, I'm getting the energy of like almost like a fairy or like a pixie. Like they have very beautiful faces, very like nice chin, smaller faces. I'm seeing really nice collarbones as well. Not overtly muscular, more slenderly built people. For some reason you see them a lot with their in like their underclothes or lingerie or without a shirt on quite early on, so you could go swimming a lot, or they could just be comfortable lounging around like that. Tatas to the wind. Okay, let's look at the Witches Tarot. I also feel like when you see them reveal themselves, it's very surprising to you because they're very professional people, but there's some sort of like hidden edginess to them in like a very sexy way. So they could, I feel like they have a lot of tattoos on their arms or chest. Am I taking all four? Leaving behind this one? No, leaving behind this one. Thank you. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands, which came in the Lover's Path Tarot, so confirmation this is coming very quickly. And we have the King of Swords, which came up, I believe, in the last reading, reading number 3. So this is coming in very, very, very quickly. Yeah, this person, I feel like, takes a little bit to open up fully. That doesn't mean that they are standoffish. They're not. But you are a person who loves to dive deep down into the nitty-gritty emotions. I feel like you guys are the type of people to have like your favorite games are those like card games where it's like, okay, tell me about your, you know, top 3 childhood traumas or like things like that, you know, those kinds of games. I think there's one, it's called We're Not Strangers or something. We're Not Really Strangers. And like it starts off light and breezy and it's like, what's your favorite wish? What's your favorite ice cream flavor? And then it goes to like, tell me the last 3 reasons you cried in deep specific detail. So you love that kind of stuff. And they're a person who takes a bit more to open up, which makes sense considering we got Taurus, Capricorn, and Libra. So at the surface, very pleasant, very jovial, but it does take a bit for them to open up. You are a person who is very in tune with emotion, though, very adept at dealing with emotion and coming to terms with emotions and seeking out emotions. And so that does provide them a lot of comfort because they have had some difficulties in the past, especially in terms of romance, especially in terms of those of them who have experienced, you know, loss in relation to them who to those of them who have a child or perhaps lost a child. If they lost a child, it was a child that was lost a pregnancy. Lost a pregnancy. They did not lose a born child. Or they could be dealing, for those of them that have like a very young child and are a single parent, they could be dealing with, you know, the ins and outs of difficulties that come with custody and so on and so forth. Yeah, very much leadership energy, very in charge energy. Very, for masculines, I'm seeing them having facial hair, rather short haircuts. They keep their hair quite closely trimmed. For the feminines, it feels like their hair, like these people could be in like shampoo commercials and conditioner commercials. Their hair is very silky, very soft. They have very, very, very deep colored eyes. So, like for those of them with brown eyes, they look almost black. Blue, it's like a deep, 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 deep bottom of the sea blue. Um, Green, it's like a dark, dark, dark olive, almost camo green, so on and so forth. Um, Very comforting people, though. I feel like there's something about when you're sleeping with them and like your back is to them and they're holding you. They're the big spoon, you're the little spoon. But they hold on to you like they're holding on to you for dear life. Like they never want to let you go, but they're fully asleep, and it's the cutest thing ever. It's so endearing. It's so lovely. I feel like you meet them in the spring. Okay, let's pull the romance angels. And this feels like this person is spouse material, full through and through. This is a person who surprises you because of how much you want to very soon. Flipping out. Take that. Thank you, darlings. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want. So that it comes to you now. Absolutely. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Gorgeous confirmation. And then we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking. The steps you're guided to take. Yes. Beautiful confirmations through and through. This person surprises you because of how much you want to be with them, because of how much they mean to you very, very, very quickly. You get to know a lot about each other, a lot. And they even say, they're like, I don't usually open up this quickly and I don't get to know people this quickly. This is such a deep, such a beautiful connection. You are such an important, imperative aspect of this person's life so quickly, and vice versa. Growing together, which is, it's beautiful because you're both such distinct individuals. You have, your life and your experiences. They have their life, their experiences, your job, their job. And that continues, but then you also have each other, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dynamic. I feel like make the effort, great love is worth taking, the steps you're guided to take is really speaking as well to just having a bit of patience with getting to know them, because I feel like you're a bit put off by the fact that they don't immediately reveal everything to you. I feel like you even ask them if they want to play that game, and they're like, what is it? And you explain it, and they're like, maybe next time. They're just they're a bit shy. They've got some earth sign energy. You can't rush it. You can't wedge it open before it's ready. So they take their time. Things move more languidly than you're used to. You have all the time in the world, my darlings, to create something beautiful, and this will very much be something beautiful. I feel like you're close in age, but this person feels like they're quite a bit older than you. They aren't actually, but they have that vibe. They're very, very, very old soul, mature soul energy. Very wise, have a very, very interesting perspective on the world. But fascinating people, very interesting people. They've had a lot of experiences for the age that they are, and wonderful to talk to. Yeah, and you have so much fun together. It's so pleasant, it's so loving, it's so lovely. I'm seeing picnics, I'm seeing like you really help them reconnect with a lighter, more fun side of them that they haven't connected with in a long time, unless they're around children. They're very good at slipping into that around children. And this person is ready to fully commit to you in this dynamic. It is in your hands, my darlings. I do see this being permanent, being this person being your forever person. This person's fully ready to make that commitment. They adore you. This is a heart connection, full through and through. I feel like you might even feel which is now very soon, but when you're very, very, very close to meeting them, or when you're just about to meet them, you feel like a little, like, not like, almost like a little, like, pitter patter in your chest. Like a little, like, I don't know, almost like when you, like, do this lightly onto your chest with your fingers, like a little, like, fluttering of someone almost like tapping the outside of your chest, being like, they're coming, open up. It's very sweet. Very, very cute. I love this connection. I love this dynamic. Is there anything else that give me a shiver? And they tell me no. Oh, group number 4, my darlings. This is beautiful. This is so sweet. I really, really, really love the feeling of this connection. Absolutely adorable. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. If you did, please let me know by leaving a comment. I would love to hear from you all. Love to talk to you. Adore you guys so very much. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please subscribe. All of my links for social media are down in the description box below, as well as information on private readings. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I love you all very, very much. Bye.